Welcome back to episode 409 of the Bad Taste Video Podcast. I'm Mike. I'm here with my man Grizz, and we have a very special episode this week. Something that we never expected to happen ever. Something that we kind of always threw out there as kind of a, like, what would you,
what
like
if?
or like a, hey man, maybe like episode. Well, really, I guess we missed this by 9 episodes, but or 8 episodes. But we're like, hey, what if like episode 400 we got like a really good guest, and instead we did it for episode 409, and we didn't get one good guest, but 2. And yes, you may
how it all came together is crazy too, man. Like I can't believe that this kind of just fell into our lap the way that it did.
This was like a pure, I'm not going to say like Willy Wonka finding the golden ticket, because it wasn't necessarily that, but it was almost like if Willy Wonka went to Charlie's house and asked him to
hey,
come.
I like what you're doing, Charlie. Let's fucking make this happen.
I like what you're doing, you fucking moron. Let's talk. But yeah, Jon hit us up. Jon McBride, who, of course, if you listen to us, you know his work. He hit us up and he said, "Hey guys, I like what you're doing. I think you get what we were doing. You know what I mean? And you got the spirit of American shot on video of the early 90s, late 80s. So
just
we
special
were,
enough.
yeah, we couldn't believe it. We were like, holy shit, like, dude, like, what the fuck? And I'm like, do I ask him if he wants to come on the show? And Grizz, of course,
prom
said yes.
date, asking.
Yeah, all nervous. I'm a grown ass man, right? I could have served in 2 world wars by now. But yeah, I'm asking Grizz, should I ask him if he wants to come on?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
Be too pushy, dude.
yeah. Usually Grizz is the one actually to get the guests or get any sort of special appearance of anybody, because he's the one that has Facebook and he has a few connections. Yeah, so he reaches out. But this time I answered an email, which is hilarious because, in the years that we've been doing this, that email has done jack shit. That email is pure spam. It's insane. But
I'm glad you saw it. I mean, that's awesome. So.
Because I guess when it's an actual person, it kind of pops up as a little extra special in the inbox. But I saw it and I asked Grizz, what do I do? And he said, yeah, ask him. So I asked Jon, and he said, I'm not really an interview guy, but yeah, sure. And maybe I could get Mark to come on also. I'll see if he'll do it. And yeah, Mark said yes. We set all this up within a few days, right? This was just a flash occurrence, right?
This was within a week's time. This kind of all came together pretty much.
Yeah, so not a lot of prep, so we were off the cuff with this one. We figured
we do every week, though. We don't really prep anything. So
yeah, but when you're interviewing people, generally people do tons of research and everything, but we wanted to do this as more of a casual. We obviously know all these movies. We've covered them on the show.
We've done the research. We know the movies.
We didn't want to just do it like some places will just say, hey, what? Yeah, how is this? What is this? That's how I used to do interviews when I was doing horror zines when I was younger. Terrible. What a horrible format. But this was more of a conversation, just hanging out with them for an hour or so. It was cut down a little bit because we did, bullshitting about random stuff that had nothing to do with the fucking show or some pertinent information that we're not allowed to give out yet. Right. That was some other stuff. But we spoke to Jon and Mark about some movies that you may or may not know, some classics that we've covered a few times. We spoke about Feeders 2. We spoke about, obviously, as you can see from our background, Feeders 1.
The origin of them, of how everything came together.
Which is wild.
It's very interesting.
Another wild thing. So, Grizz, is there anything else that we should mention before we roll this?
No, I'm just really excited. I mean, I don't care if anybody else is as excited as we are about this. This was making it for me. We can retire, dude. This is
we don't do it for the money, right? That's not a thing that we do. But
not about the money. It's about
This
the
is
Polonia and McBride interview. This is what
yeah,
it
like
was.
this is something that when we first started doing this show, we never thought we'd be speaking to these guys because really, honestly, we had no way of contacting them either, right? They're really not existent on social media or whatnot. But here is the Bad Taste video interview with Mark Polonia and Jon McBride. We hope you enjoy it, and we will see you after. Thank you guys for doing this. We never in a million years expected to have both of you, in a conversation.
We never thought in a million years we'd both be here.
I don't know if Mark, if Jon told you that we're huge fans of both of yours. We've been watching your movies for years. We have
Covering just about all of them. I think.
We have a whole group of people that are also insanely into your guys' stuff. Our friend EK from another show, he's like the Polonia brother historian for us. He's seen everything that you've done, even the new stuff. He's on it. But we couldn't believe we got both of you guys here at the same time. It's a little nerve-wracking for us. Normally we don't get celebrities from our world, right?
Well, your podcast is so much fun.
Mike showed me that email. I was blown away. It was so cool to have you reach out and express your thanks and gratitude for what we've been doing with your guys' stuff. But we never thought it would lead to being able to have this conversation here with you. So this is awesome.
Well, you guys have so much energy, and you're so much fun to listen to. And you would have been really perfect to be on our set because you encapsulate the same energy that we had when we were making the movies.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, that's something that we always kind of wondered. Grizz and I both came from like the music world. We were in bands since we were really young, middle school, high school, but we were always into horror movies. I was into sci-fi stuff, not so much Grizz. But like at what point were both of you guys like, you know what, we could do this? Like we don't only just like watching movies, like we could definitely just do this ourselves with what we got.
Well,
go ahead, Mark.
I honestly, I was like 5 years old and I saw Godzilla versus Mothra on TV, and I knew right then and there, whatever this was. I mean, I didn't quite understand it, but whatever this is, I want to do this, and that really planted the seed. And back then it was hard to find information on filmmaking and script writing, so it took a lot of digging and a lot of years, but eventually my brother and I bought our own camera. We started making Super 8 shorts, but we approached them like they were, major Hollywood productions. And then when we graduated, we shot Splatter Farm with our dad's camcorder. And the rest is history. Jon and I connected through a guy named Leif Yonker who made Darkness. Yeah. And we hit it off immediately. It's like we met 2 minutes. It was like we knew each other our whole lives. And Jon might have a different spin. He may regret it, but that's how I.
Well, I have the same background as Mark, basically, because I was making Super 8 movies at a really young age, and doing animation on my own, and just loved putting movies together. And I was one of the best days of my life was when we got a Betamax. I thought I died and gone to heaven.
Wow.
And that sort of started everything. We were lucky to be in the camcorder revolution when they came out, and I think both Mark and I realized at the same time, without knowing each other, this is like having the keys to the kingdom. We can do anything we want to now that we have this camera.
Yeah.
And I can't believe that based on what we made 40 years ago or however long it was, that it's still following us around.
Oh yeah, for sure. People are go Grace.
You guys both kind of like mentioned something kind of important in there too. Like one being mentioning how you and your brother like approached all your movies as if they were big Hollywood movies. I think that's something that you've really kept true throughout your entire like movie making thing, where it never felt like it was just like a fun little spoof thing. It always felt like you were really trying to do something bigger there. And I think that's what kind of made us always appreciate it, that like we love low budget movies, but these felt different in a way to us. And then when it comes to John stuff, like the music aspect that you were able to apply to a lot of your stuff is really what we were just like, man, it really sets the tone and the table for a lot of the movies that we love that you guys have done.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, John's music background and our video background is like a match made in hell. So,
where did that first happen? The meeting of you guys?
Mark called me on the phone.
Yes. Because we had the same distributor who ripped us both off, and
oh, really?
We just started chatting.
That in itself is an odd story, because I didn't know Mark at all, and the distributor that did Cannibal also did Splatter Farm, and we didn't know each other at one bit. And and like Mark said, I guess he got my number and name from Leif Yonker, and he called me, and it was like, I gotta meet this guy. I just have got to meet this guy.
Well, we all make mistakes.
Right. Like we're big Leif Yonker guys. We've talked to Leif a bunch about it, for like, especially Darkness is like one of our all-time favorite movies. And to know that this was like all like bubbling in the underground, this communication.
I had no idea. Yeah, that's actually that's crazy to me.
Yeah. Leif like gave me John's phone number, so yeah, it's all his fault, really.
So this distributor, if you don't mind me asking, this is Donna Michelle that we're talking about. That
right,
you guys
right,
you guys all together.
So for anybody that really dislikes and hates our movies, blame Leif Yonker.
I think our audience is going to love that bit of information, because Darkness was one of those movies that we covered years ago, and it was like, people were like, what the hell was that? Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, this is a vampire film that you've probably never seen before. And, it blew a lot of people's minds. And it's like, well, if you like that, we have a whole bunch of other stuff to show you. That's just that, it's a good jumping off point into like the real SOV stuff and the real, like, there's a big difference when you're shooting on film. You can't waste as much tape or whatever. You have to make it all count. We spoke to Tim Ritter about that also. He's another one who was, early with 8mm, Super 8. But
Day of the Creeper, yeah, that 8mm stuff is phenomenal.
Were you guys familiar with those movies?
I saw Darkness, which was shot on Super 8, and I could tell right away because I'd worked with it so much. And Truth or Dare was shot on 16, Tim's movie. So yeah, I mean, it was encouraging too to us to see folks, trying the same things we were, and getting their stuff out there. It's funny because John was shooting Cannibal Camp out the same summer we shot Splatter Farm.
Yeah, to
like literally
to have those two things being made.
That's something we noticed with a lot of the SOV filmmakers, like that the late end of the mid 80s into the late 80s. Everybody, all of a sudden, that's when everything started to come out. And I guess it's because now you had the accessibility of the VHS cameras and beta cameras and all that. It wasn't, a month's salary anymore to get one. But where did you guys find out about these movies? Was it just like going through your video store, or did you
found out through Fangoria.
Magazines?
Fangoria gave me a heads up on it, and that's what led me to Leif Yonkers, because I think it was an ad for The Dead Next Door that had this fantastic cover art on it, and I thought, how the heck did they get this artwork like this? And I don't remember how I got a hold of him, but I was really curious about the artwork, because I knew that if you're doing a low budget movie like we were doing, the artwork's everything. The artwork's going to get your the attention from people. Yeah. And if they rent it and hate it, well, they still rented it, and it's well.
Money. Yeah.
It's a done deal.
They pay on the way in, not on the way out.
That's great.
Well, there's no internet, right? If somebody sees it, it's like, who are they going to tell? They're like three friends, or especially if you're renting these types of movies, you're not exactly the captain of the football team, probably. Like, but it's really funny because a big movie that we liked from you guys was Feeders. And of course, I'm the one that has all the tapes of your guys' movies. I will say, Mark and John doing like the switcheroo in the movie, like for that time, is insane.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant.
That was awesome. And like, John, anytime that we saw that you were going to be in the movie, like we knew it was going to be a good one also. Like, just where did that idea for Feeders come? Obviously the aliens that you guys created for it. My fiance calls them the avocado aliens, but like, where did those,
we call them the ball
from?
sack.
Where did you guys come up with that idea? Like, that was really the start, right, of you guys kind of doing stuff together for a period of time. Mm-hmm. Where did that come from?
Well, we wanted to make a movie together, and we came up with this idea. We do like a 50s style alien invasion, and I wrote a script. It was called Invasion. And I just finished writing it. I didn't even have a typewriter. I like wrote it in a notebook, and
which I still have.
Yes, which John had. And the puppet showed up, and I remember opening the box and going, "Nah, we got to rewrite this script. These things couldn't conquer a girl's locker room, let alone the planet." So we kind of all had a powwow, and John was like, "Yeah, do what you want," and so my brother and I call them the two Johns. I rewrote the script a little bit and tailored it to the puppets, which, I mean, they're okay. They're endearing. I mean, it's funny. They're cannibals, but their mouths don't open. That's but Feeders cost $500. Like, we shot it in 5 days. It was the first movie to have, really, I think it was the first micro budget movie to use digital 3D effects. And we just had a great time making it. It was,
and we had
tiring.
20-hour days in front of the camera. So if we seemed goofy and out of it, we were exhausted. But we didn't even know what we were doing.
You guys have to understand, that's kind of like, I think everyone who's a fan of what we kind of consider the Polonia verse is that sensibility that especially the early stuff with you and your brother. That the comedy that comes through in those movies is so just in touch of like our sensibility, and it really speaks to a lot of people, I think, who get into this kind of movies, where it's like they're not the same without that comedy, without that lightheartedness sometimes, and it really is special. And that's kind of what with Feeders 2 is even brought to light even more. We're like, what in the fuck were you guys thinking doing a Christmas follow-up?
Mark, I will never forget that call. I will never forget that call when you called me and said, we're going to have a Feeders 2 with Santa. Yeah. And I did everything in my power to talk Mark out of that.
I'm so glad you did it, though.
I'm so glad I didn't, too. It was when I saw the final product, I thought, this is brilliant. Man. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Dude, the Santa Claus scenes are epic. And like, what is the accent on Santa Claus? Like, that is something that is like confused me to this day. It is the funniest choice ever.
Todd sounds like what's his name? Goldthwait, Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah, he kind of
does. Mixed with like a Greek tourist who's trying to learn the language. It was a crazy idea. It was a crazy idea, but it was, again, it was a lot of fun. The whole family was in it. John got to be in it, and he did try to dissuade me from doing it.
It was worth it. It was worth it.
Yeah,
definitely, for sure.
I agree.
We're just sorry we didn't get to do our original idea for Feeders 3.
What was the original
Viva
idea?
Las Vegas.
Oh,
Right?
It's going to go to Las Vegas and be followed by the Feeders.
That would have been awesome. That would have been great.
And we were going to try to get Wayne Newton to be in
you
it.
have to. You have to.
Well, at that time, what did he have
It
going
would have
on,
been
right?
a
Not
serious
much.
show at that point. Yeah, you could have.
It would have been a boost to his career.
After that, you did one that I didn't see till a little bit later, and that was Terror House, which Terror House, probably one of my favorite characters that you played, Mark, in any of the movies.
Bucky.
Bucky, you're blind.
Yeah.
He's such a wimp and a hopeless idiot, I swear.
But
The
I
blind
really,
character. It's
yeah,
amazing.
like I like the idea of the haunted house film. Like you're going to this place, and you revisit that kind of later with the House That Screamed and the House That Screamed 2. But how do you go from Feeders to Terror House? It seems like a much more like not adult film, but like a much like I guess more serious than Feeders
Darker,
is.
yeah.
Yeah,
Darker.
yeah. How did that come about?
Well, I'll let John share his thoughts on that. I think, John, weren't you moving and you had that house all to yourself?
I think
So
I
we
called
thought-
Mark and said, look, we sold the house. We have 1 week if you'd like to come over here and shoot a movie because I'm going to be here all alone for a week. Can you come up with something? And I think he and John just cobbled the script together, got Bob Dennis, jumped in the car, came over, and we just sort of made it up as we went along.
Wow.
We did,
And
have
I
a
shot
script.
all the stuff with Holly Harrington before they even showed up.
Yeah, that helped. That helped a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Terror
Bob-
House was based
Bob in
on
that
an
movie.
idea. It was based on an idea John, my brother John, and I had when we were like 13. We were going to shoot with an old neighborhood friend, and it never panned out. But the idea hit me as soon as John called and said, "What could we do?" And I remembered the basic seed of that plot, and it was called Terror House at that time. And there's a movie called Terror House that was made in '72, but it has like 100 titles.
all the stuff
As they
I
do.
do. Yeah.
It's got like these old people that live in this house and they're murdering these young kids or something like that. But we decided that we would. I wrote a script. I think my brother did a polish, and we got in the car and drove down there, and we spent three and a half days shooting it. And
With no sleep.
we had a great time. You know, you wouldn't trade that stuff for the world.
That's so funny. And Bob Dennis is another reoccurring character in the Polonia verse. He's one that always plays a very unique character, sort of like you, John. Like it's always a very distinct personality in the movie, right? Bad Magic, he's in that one also.
Yeah.
That's another movie that one we love it. Just there's some scenes in that are, I guess you could call meme worthy or whatever, but acquired taste for, I think Grizz thought that one was
Took me a couple of watches to understand what was going on with Bad Magic. But I think I probably got my
I
head
made
around
it and I
now.
still don't know what's going on.
All right, well, it took me a couple-
Don't feel bad, Grizz. I made it and I still have no goddamn idea what's going on.
But that led us to one of we think one of your guys' best films, and that's Blood Red Planet. Because you do that sci-fi 50s thing again, 60s thing, but now you're not just being attacked in the woods, you're in space. You're on other planets, You're in the ships, like you have models, you have miniatures.
And rock
like,
quarry.
well, one
And
thing in
motorcycle
Pennsylvania-
helmets in space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And water bottles for breathing apparatus.
And fire alarms for detonator.
Bomb. Detonator bomb.
But like,
Yeah, that was
a big
that was our ode to 60s Italian science fiction movies like Wild Wild Planet and Planet on the Prow and Battle of the Worlds. Antonio Margaretti made a lot of those spaghetti sci-fi films. and we decided we'd do it, for much less than him. I think $1.80. But it was fun. We had all we had access to control rooms and studios and rock quarries, and the cave was made out of garbage bags. And we had a rotating light, a Christmas light, the kind they used to aim at silver trees back in the 60s.
What you're talking about.
That gave us all the weird lighting. So yeah, our imagination was an overdrive when we shot that.
I can't imagine being on a set like that with you guys, and like in the moment you're probably coming up with ways to solve problems, to costume design and stuff. Like that had to be the funnest aspect of making the movies for you guys, is just like the DIY, the low budget, the constraints that puts on it, but it also opens up this creativity that like you said, the water bottles as oxygen tanks is fucking classic when you actually notice what they are. So
right.
Well, that's all it is. That's all low budget movie making is coming up with an idea to make something work when it really can't.
Shouldn't, right? But you do it anyway.
Exactly. You just do what you can do.
And we don't have $1 million to throw at a problem. Money is time. Time is money. We never have enough of each. So you got to think on your feet and you got to be creative. There's no such thing as a problem, only a solution. Yep. And that's kind of how we operate.
When you guys tell your families, your extended family, I make movies and stuff, did they think you guys were making the stuff that you were making? Like, we made a space film. Were they thinking like 2001 or like, did they know?
They changed the subject. How about those men? How's the job going?
Or they would run because they didn't want to be in it.
Now people beg to be in your guys' films, right? Now it's...
I don't know about that. Some of them beg to not be in the film.
There's a funny story. This actress is on this set and it's so bad, and she looks at the director and the producer and says, "Who do I have to fuck to get off this?"
Classic turnaround on the For Jon, one of my favorite things that you've done was Wood Chipper Massacre. The sheer insanity of it, and that girl, the sister that plays your sister, she makes that movie for me. I don't know if she's ever done anything else, but she is the funnest actress in a low budget movie I think I've ever seen.
Denise and Tom were both incredible, and I discovered them when I went to a kids production of South Pacific in Ridgefield, Connecticut. And those two kids stood out to me so much that I approached them afterwards and said, actually their parents, and said, would they be interested in doing a movie? And little did any of us know. And I basically wrote the parts around them after meeting them. The idea for the movie was going to go off in an entirely different dark direction. And after meeting those two kids, and after meeting Kim, and after meeting Perrin as the father, it's like this story changed completely into this sort of weird, odd sitcom. And it was not at all the movie I started out to make, but based upon the actors I had involved, I just completely rewrote it for them.
I think that shows too, because their personalities just seem so genuine. That movie is so much fun to me. Like when Mark, when you first see someone talking to him, do you see this movie first, or do you kind of after you guys meet, do you start sharing some of your movies together?
Oh, I was aware of Wood Chipper and Cannibal because I saw them at the video store. Someone stole both copies. And luckily I'd seen both of them, but I was aware of who Jon McBride was in his movies, but not so much Jon, but his movies. But because watching a lot of this micro budget and independent stuff, you sort of get a feel for it. But a lot of people were upset with Wood Chipper because they were expecting another Cannibal,
and
Right.
and they wanted a bloodbath. And so Grizz, I'm so glad you got it, because
Oh,
a lot of people did not get the humor. They thought it was something entirely different. They just didn't get it.
The bodies
And
in wood chipper at the end is one of the fucking funniest things ever, dude. Like that is it's comedy gold, especially just because like those two kids and they just make it that much more hammed up the entire scene.
well, those kids are wonderful, and I don't know if you did any research on Tom, but I know you guys are wrestling fans, and he wrote for the WWF.
Come on, really? That's
Wow.
awesome. I had
He
no-
went on to a spectacular writing career, getting Emmys from soap operas that he worked on, and then he worked for the WWF.
That's incredible. I'll start
He-
with the
unlike
Chipper
us.
Massacre.
Unlike us.
Wait, that actually that
And I'll
reminds
give
me of
you a
something.
really interesting story. Do you remember in Cannibal Campout, the guy that played Ray with the Clockwork Orange T-shirt?
Absolutely.
He went on to produce the remake of Fright Night. He went on to produce Beverly Hills Cop 3. He went on to
Wow.
produce some movie with Tom Cruise that I think it's called American Made. He went on to spectacular stuff, which I'm so proud of.
That's so cool.
But we went on to Dweller.
You did. You absolutely
Hey,
did.
hey, but
And the
we're
house
talking
is
about
great.
we're talking to you guys right now, all right? Not him. So we're not talking about the Fright
no,
Night
it's good.
remake, all right?
It's good to see that people, that they, maybe John inspired them to continue. You never know, that's great. That's a win-win.
Where most of Mark's actors, they go to rehab.
Or the third floor, one of the
John, there's
or
something
a
that
hole
I
in my
saw.
basement.
There's something I always saw in your IMDb that you were like an extra in The Running Man. Is
I
that-
was, and it was
Oh,
one of the
shit.
most fun times I've ever had.
Really?
What's up with that?
Well, I was just in LA at the time. I knew some friends that were working on it. They said, "Do you want to go and be in The Running Man?" And I said, "Heck yes." Are you kidding? And Arnold was great, and Jesse Ventura was great, and I was
Wow.
I knew the opera singer, Erland. And I knew some of the people that were there, and it was just really, really fun.
That's
Meeting
so
Arnold's
cool.
Meeting Ventura is fucking epic. That's that.
Mark,
Ventura is great.
Oh, I bet.
Were you ever in anything? Is there any cameos that we don't know about from you?
Well, I was in Michael Jackson's Bad. The video. I was in a Golden Girls episode. I was on Days of Our Lives a couple of times at a couple of different roles.
Those long, luscious locks he had back then.
And I even got to be in a Troma movie. I was in Blades.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
We actually just did like a trauma. There was like a trauma event that we had like a booth at, and we did all this stuff not that long ago. Lloyd was there and all that. He's still around, hitting the
Still
street.
same
man.
humor, same sensibility.
Yeah, same dude. But Mark, have you ever been in anything that we may not know about?
I had a cameo in Camp Blood 2.
There you go.
And there's a movie.
Sterling?
There's a movie out now called Onsen Shark, and I did it when I was in Japan. I got to play a news reporter in the sequel. I don't know when it's coming out.
Go to Japan for the
Yeah,
first time?
I
Is
don't-
it something you've been to a few times, or
What's that?
been to Japan a few times? Or is it like a one-time trip that you went to?
No, I was there once. I'm going back in July again. So
I hear people love it once they go there. They just want to keep going back. So-
yeah, it's a great place, and they're great people. I didn't do a lot of acting. John came into it sort of from that angle. I was more of a filmmaker, but I think my face is all over post offices across the United States. That was
it's
my
funny.
claim to fame.
It's funny. It's kind of becoming an ongoing joke with us that like the way that you and your brother looked in the early '90s has kind of become the staple of what VHS collectors look like nowadays. You guys are like the trend setting of like the new hipsters of the VHS community. So you guys really were ahead of the curve with your style, man.
That's very kind, but I think I look back at it, see a totally different picture.
Man, if you guys looked any different, it wouldn't be the same. It really is all about your guys' persona back then. It's awesome.
That's so
total nerds. Yeah.
How to Slay a Vampire is probably the best thing that I've ever watched in my entire life, and it's just like
I laughed so hard when they showed me how to slay the first time. I thought that was brilliant.
Insane. It's awesome. So
yeah, that's a movie that we've covered on our show. I saw that there's like a VHS tape release sort of that movie. We haven't been. I think maybe there's a DVD, right? Or it's on a DVD compilation.
There was a short. It had a short release. I mean, I have the 3/4-inch masters, but I don't have any like street merch from it.
Yeah, because that was one that we never really heard about. Because yet again, the tape was just not available to us, and then we watched it, and we couldn't believe like the whole horror comedy thing. John, you said that like you wished you guys could have did more comedy stuff. But it's really a shame that one didn't get a little bit, we talk about wider release, but I feel like that one kind of showed off a little bit more like of the ability of like, what could be done in, the shot on video, low budget world. And, we just had to mention that we love that movie. Our friend actually made us like a bootleg of it and drew the How to Slay a Vampire cover.
That's great.
It's sitting on my like VHS, wall of stuff. It's so funny. But what do you guys, we'll wrap this up pretty soon because we don't want to leave you, we don't want to keep you guys all night here. But
no, we're having fun.
All right, awesome. Because we want to know, what are you guys into now? Are you into the current horror scene? Do you just kind of watch the old stuff still? Are you into like the A24 things or more into the stuff that's released, direct to Blu-ray now and all that? What are you guys into? What do you do now when it comes to movies?
I'll let Mark start on that one.
Yeah, me. I mean, I make like 8 to 12 movies a year, so I don't really have a lot of time to go to the movies. But honestly, guys, I don't really watch a lot of modern movies. I probably go to the theater twice a year, maybe with my son to see some tentpole disaster. But I would rather like buy movies on Blu-ray and DVD of Jess Franco movies, Spanish films, 50 sci-fi. So I really kind of, I guess it shows in our work, stuck in kind of the genres I was influenced as a teenager, a young adult. I mean, I went and saw The Force Awakens with my son on Christmas Eve just for something to do. And we both walked out of the theater and he looked at me and he said, "What the hell did we just watch?" I said, "Anthony, I couldn't tell you what I don't even remember. Let's go home and watch It Came from Outer Space or something."
Cleanse your palate a little bit.
That's so funny. What about you, John?
So yeah, I don't really subscribe to a lot of the Avengers and Spider-Man and Fantastic Four 38 or whatever, whatever version they're on. I think movies have gotten so far away from what made them fun,
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, I'd go to see like Godzilla versus Megalon at the theater. That was great. Then you go and watch some $250 million movie. You don't even remember what you just saw.
Yeah.
Maybe it's me. Maybe it's just me.
It's not just you. No. It's 100% accurate. It's just the lack of studios willing to take chances anymore on fun artistic movies that deserve it. It's all about safe bets, hot, fucking commodity properties and shit like that. It's really just ruined. I mean, there's like an underground bubbling of horror, like with things like The Terrifier and stuff like that coming out. Mm-hmm. They're pushing things back towards like a little bit more independent, but got to have more of those that are breaking ground for it to any kind of like rejuvenation. Because just like you, I don't spend my time investing in a lot of new stuff because it's just a waste of time and it's a disappointment most of it. So
We watch a lot of stuff from like Unearthed Films. If you ever see like more,
Steven Byron's
you know,
great.
yeah, we've had him on before, but if you're familiar with Brian Paulin, he did like At Dawn They Sleep and all that. He's still putting movies out now.
Such a hard.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff it's still out there. You just kind of got to look for it, and you have to have the time, to sit there and. I know what it's like. Yeah. Yet again, as somebody that's in bands, like it's hard to sit there and be like, all right, let me listen to some more music after I just played music all day. Like, I just want to go home and not do that.
I guess I never thought of it that way too. So.
Yeah. That's why also a lot of times all the movies that I see in theaters now are usually not horror movies. Funny enough, it'll be like a weird sci-fi movie or something like that. But I don't know. I'm stuck in my ways. Like you, I like buying the older movies that they now are putting in 4K. You're noticing things that like you didn't notice before. One big one that I knew was like Friday the 13th part 3. In the beginning, I always saw that as on VHS. It's blurry, it's dark. I never realized Jason was wearing the same clothes from part 2 in the beginning. You couldn't see it until I saw it in HD. I was like, holy shit. Yeah, like what the fuck? Like, so it is fun revisiting those older films now. Like, sometimes they find some new footage that you didn't know existed or whatever. So it kind of opens up that whole thing. The Japanese, like
the trims from part 2. Did you see the excise footage that they found from Friday the 13th part 2?
I don't think so.
No.
Wow, you got to watch that. It's a shame they cut out those effects.
Oh.
Is it the one where they oh wait, no, that's
the double
part 4.
impalement. The double impalement and the guy in the wheelchair that gets the machete in his face, and
they cut it out of the movie. Man, what a shame.
They cut a lot out. Yeah.
They should have been like the Prowler and just let it rip, right?
Right. And My Bloody Valentine. I mean, they found all the trims from that and put them back in. What a different movie. I was 13 and I saw the best night of my life. I saw Friday the 13th part 2 and My Bloody Valentine at a drive-in.
That's awesome.
Like life didn't get any better than that.
John, what about you? Are you into any of the new stuff, or are you like everybody else here where we just...
I'm like all of you, really. I like the older stuff. I've tried to watch the newer stuff, and I'm usually disappointed. With the exception of Bring Her Back, I thought that was a pretty...
I heard that's actually really good.
That got to me. That actually was a movie that got to me. But I saw a movie like Abigail, and 10 minutes into the movie, and I'm like, this is Terror House. This is Terror House. This is redoing Terror House with a $30 million budget.
That's so fun. Well,
It unfolded to the same basic story that we did for $500.
Yeah, I guess there's a claim here to be had. I'm sure of it.
I don't know if you saw. It's a new movie now, but it's called Apex. It's got Charlize Theron in it. It's her like surviving against a killer in the outback, and I'm watching it with my fiance, and I'm like, it's maybe like 15 minutes. I'm like, this is Wolf Creek. This whole thing is Wolf Creek. Like her going by herself. Really shouldn't be doing it. Going getting harassed by like the dirty locals and then them coming back later and harassing her again. But they're not really the killer. It was somebody else that you met earlier and all. I was like, I saw this movie already. What the hell? Like, so it really is just a lot of recycled ideas.
The movies today are just disposable. They're absolutely disposable. Back in our day, a movie would play if it was popular 3-4 months in a theater, and just keep going and going, and everybody loved it. And now attention spans are so short that they can't stick with it.
Yep.
There's no longevity in this stuff.
What's your guys' like? If you were to think back, what is the most like movie that changed you the most as far as horror movies? Things that you just absolutely would consider your favorite of all time kind of movies?
Well, for me, there were a couple of them. The one that really got to me was the original Night of the Living Dead, because I had never seen anything like that before in my life. That was a big one. And Grizz, I know you're not too into sci-fi, but I don't classify this as a straight sci-fi movie. I don't know if you ever saw The Andromeda Strain.
Yeah.
I am not familiar with it. No.
That terrified me when I was growing up, because that was real horror. Mm-hmm. That was seeing a town decimated by a virus that could happen. And,
now that's actually something I'd be into. That's a little different than, like
it is science fact, not science fiction.
Yeah.
It is science fact, and it's a big difference. I think you'd like that, Grizz.
That actually sounds right up my alley. I'm going to check that one out.
The other, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Don't Look in the Basement.
Oh yeah, yes. Very familiar with it.
But that, as far as I'm concerned, that's one of the classic low-budget movies ever made. I think that's just brilliant, seeing how it was done on no budget, and what atmosphere they were able to carve out with that movie. That Brownrigg director was wonderful. But there are other classics like The Innocents with Deborah Kerr, which is it's an older movie. It's a black and white movie. It's made in England, but it's one of the best ghost stories ever made, in my opinion, along with The Changeling.
I do love a good ghost. Mm-hmm. Good ghost movies are hard to come by, but when they hit super good. So
easy to make, easy to mess up too.
Yeah,
right. Like,
we know.
Mark, what were some of your favorite movies?
Yeah, like what are some pivotal ones for you?
I would have to say, these are weird titles. Horror Express. I think that's a movie that's just, man, that's dynamite. Even today, that is a dynamite movie. I mean, it starts as one thing. You got this Bigfoot creature who has an alien in him. You got zombies. You got a runaway train. It was mind-blowing.
That does seem right up your alley now that you're saying
yeah.
It does check out pretty well.
Another film would probably be the original Lord of the Flies.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. That's a pretty strong movie. And another movie called The Others. It's about these twins, and it takes place in like rural Alabama in 1930. And one of them's dead. You don't really know it till the end of the movie.
You ruined it for everybody.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times people say that to us? Yeah. You know how many times people be like, they'll be like, you guys told us the ending. You ruined it. It's like, the movie's 50 years old. If you didn't see it by now, like, that's on you, dude. Like,
responsibility.
Yeah, come on. That's so funny though. Like you were John, you were talking about how like Night of the Living Dead like was one that like rocked you when you were younger. I was born in 87. So I, funny enough, saw the remake of Night of the Living Dead on like late night cable. Great. It was like
the remake.
I love
it was like TNT, like Monster Vision or Up All Night or something like that. And I remember like I wasn't supposed to be up. It was just me. And I remember it scaring the shit out of me. Because unlike the black and white movies, like I used to watch the Godzilla films. I saw a lot of the classic like House on Haunted Hill when I was very young, but it was black and white. It was like, I knew it was like my grandpa's movies or whatever. But when I saw that Night of the Living Dead remake, it was so scary to me for whatever reason, because it seemed real. You know what I mean? It seemed like this could happen, like going to your grandparents', cemetery plot in the middle of nowhere and seeing somebody coming over the hill. That scared the shit out of me.
Well, that's what the original was like, watching it in black and white on a black and white set back then. Those news broadcasts looked real to me.
Oh, I'm sure.
And because we didn't have big colored TV projection screens back then, we had these little TVs we were watching, and it looked like a real footage was coming through the newsroom.
Got that little bit of War of Worlds feel to it. You're not too sure.
Yeah.
It was too real. It was too real.
And Mark seeing it in Pennsylvania where it was shot.
Yeah.
Right?
Mark and I went to the Monroeville Mall together.
Oh, you have.
We
to.
went there.
Everybody's gonna make the pilgrimage out there. Sure.
I'm going next
I remember
month,
when
think,
Dawn
actually.
of the Dead was being made, and they were showing stuff on the news, and it frightened me then. And I saw a trailer for it too, because they shot a couple scenes. Where those rednecks are shooting everyone and drinking beer.
Yeah.
And that was like 10 minutes from where I live. So that was like, oh my God, this like happened in my literally my backyard.
That's so
But
funny.
yeah, because you knew it. I mean, I think a successful horror movie or any movie it's a real basic formula. You take ordinary people and put them in extraordinary situations.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Terror House is so realistic, or Feeders is so realistic.
Yeah, that's why Feeders is. I think to this day, I can't sleep because of that film.
Neither can I.
How did Feeders end up in Blockbuster? Like, what was it became like a Blockbuster exclusive.
Tell them, Mark.
Yeah.
That's an incredible story.
Yeah. We shot it, and we made the boxes because we were going to release the movie ourselves, because at that point we'd gotten ripped off so many times from these distributors, and so you send screeners around, and I remember I was at work and my phone rang and I answered it, and there's this guy on the other end, and he's like, "Yeah, we love your movie Feeders. Can you send us 2 more copies?" I'm like, yeah, I thought he was scamming me. I'm like, yeah, who is this? And it was a rep. He was a rep for a buyer for Blockbuster. And he's like, yeah, you got to send me those right away. It's important. I'm like, yeah, sure. And I didn't. I mean, I didn't. And he, because I thought it was just some,
bullshit,
aggregator trying to get free copies. And he calls like 2 days later and he's like, "Did you send those out in the mail?" I'm like, "No, not yet." He's like, "Well, can you FedEx them? The president, everyone at Blockbuster watch it, and it's going up to the level of the president. He's going on vacation to Hawaii with his family, and he wants to take it and watch it." I'm like, "Well, that'll be the end of that." And I said, "Okay, I'll do it." And again, FedExing something was like, the budget of one of our films, but I did. And of course I didn't hear from him for like 3 weeks. So I figured, I got jacked again. But he calls me and he says, "Yeah, Mark, the president loved it. He thinks it'd be a good fit. It's campy. We need 4,500 copies." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, no problem, bud.
Yeah, I mean, because we were, it cost us a fortune to get the movie into Blockbuster, but it was worth it. We barely, at the end of the day, made anything. Because the cost of shipping, boxes, duplication,
That many copies.
It was thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that the duplicator let us put on credit, thank God. But it turned out to be their number one independent rental for 1996, and that means it outrented Roger Corman movies, it outrented Action International, it outrented Charles Band movies.
I
mean, it was
volumes, honestly.
It was a huge hit. Was a huge hit.
Still has the Blockbuster
There it is.
thing on it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's still there. That's how you know it's real. It's got mojo, right? It was out in the wild.
I talked to a guy many years later, and he I don't know, he was calling me to get information about something else, and he's like, "Yeah, I used to work for Blockbuster. You made that Alien movie, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, Feeders." He's like, "Yeah, Feeders." And he called me kid. He said, "I'm going to tell you something, kid." Like, I'm 35 years old. "I'm going to tell you something, kid. We got a lot of complaints about that movie, but we got complaints about every movie. That movie made us money. We don't give a shit how many people."
Okay, that aspect of it's actually great to think that like someone's like, "Oh, Feeders, let me take this home and watch this with the family. This is going to be a good one." And then they're just like, the fuck is going on?
Well, Independence Day had just come out.
Oh, so
Yeah.
struck while the iron was
Yeah.
hot.
So his story was enlightening, 12 years later. And I said to him, yeah, well, that ain't paying my mortgage payment this month.
That's the duality of man: Independence Day or feeders. That's
And people were like mad at us. Like in our circle of filmmakers, there were people that were like, how'd you get your movie in Blockbuster and mine didn't? Mine's better. And there clearly were better shot on video and independent movies that were made that should have gotten into Blockbuster. But I always would answer this. I said, look, dude, if Blockbuster called you and said, I want 5,000 copies of your movie, would you say, nah, there's better movies out there you should pick?
You should call this guy instead. Let me give you
yeah, so you got that too. No one can just say, hey, great job, but that's the way this world is, I guess.
How did you guys submit your films to Donna Michelle for those initial releases? Did you just send them did you send the company a VHS tape? Like, here you go, here's our movie, and that was it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think I never got paid for those releases on Donna Michelle from
No, John did. I didn't. We got a check for $400 and it bounced when I went to the bank to get
Wow. Did you at least get a free copy?
No.
The worst.
That sucks.
I still have a box of VHS covers for Wood Chipper and Cannibal, which they're just sitting in my basement. I don't know what I'm ever going to do with them, except maybe
up boxes.
except I just give them out to people if they ask me for one. But
I have a lot of feeder sleeves left. And
Well, I'm going to tell
I give them out like candy.
I'm going to tell you guys this. After people see that, they're going to be hitting up your email and shit.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'll bleep that part out.
Yeah, we're not putting any contact info out there, so they could. It's
you guys
funny.
set us up with a cast app, and we'll.
Yeah, there we go.
It's funny. Years ago, that's how we used to acquire a lot of these really hard to find VHS tapes. We would hit up the guys like you and just be like, "Hey, you guys got any boxes of those left?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, I think I got one in the basement somewhere." And
nobody wants that shit.
Yeah, what the fuck you want this for? It's like, oh, just me and a group of my friends are going to talk about it for the next 20 years. Like, don't worry, dude. That has dried up immensely. So, you guys have gold.
Yeah,
if you ever need money, eBay's a calling. But that's actually insane that you didn't even get a free copy from, for Splatter Farm and all that. That's. What about John? Did
I I actually got like a $30 charge for the bounce check. That should have been an omen as to my career.
Drive forward still.
John, did they at least send you a full copy of the movie? Did you at least get a tape too, or did they only give you slips?
did. I got a couple of free tapes, and I got a stack of the flyers that they made for it, which their artwork was beautiful. The artwork they made for Cannibal and Wood Chipper was beautiful.
Yeah,
and I was so happy with that. It's like I didn't care about anything else. It's like, hey, it's in stores. I got these great pamphlets. Mm-hmm. That's all I need.
Yeah.
When
you're young.
Yeah, I mean, people, and John shares the sentiment. We don't do this to get rich. We do this because we love it.
Never once did we say, let's do this to make money. No. Never, ever did we say that.
Thank God, because we never have.
Never worked out.
But too many people starting to get into movies. They think they're going to make it and get $1 million and make a fortune. And if you're looking at it from a monetary level, you're never going to be that successful with it. You got to love it. You got to want to do it more than anything else, and just have a passion for it.
That comes across in what you guys have created together. I think that the fun aspect of it is always.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, you see, how many movies do we cover, Grizz, where what did this director do after? Nothing. They did one movie, they did their one, and they're like, fuck this, that was horrible. That was a terrible experience, And it's like, oh man, like whatever happened? And you see like you guys, Todd Sheets, J.R. Bookwalter, like these, like you guys all just, you could tell you really enjoy doing it because there's no other reason to do it unless you like it. You know, it's like playing metal music or whatever. You never making money off that. So you just do it because you like it.
Yeah.
And
I have been on a lot of shoots and a lot of film sets. Yeah. And I have to tell you that I had more fun with Mark and Jon than I had with any human being on the face of the earth. We laughed and laughed and laughed and had a great time. It was like a party. And on all the sets that I've been on since, not one could touch it. Not one.
That's awesome. Mark, like your current, you're still putting out stuff. How are your current sets compared to the old? You don't have to talk bad or anything. Is it a different feeling now with the younger people, or is it still like the spirit is there?
The spirit is there. It's certainly changed when Jon passed away. There's no denying that. But I still enjoy it. I mean, I'm getting older, so shooting for 20 hours and getting 2 hours sleep was nothing. Now climbing out of bed to go to work is an effort. So it all catches up to you. But no, I still love making movies. That has not changed. The shape of what we do and maybe the business aspect of it and the different titles we've made, but the craft, making a movie, the process of that, I still have that naive kid-like wonder when I approach every film. That like, despite ups and downs, that has never changed.
I love that you haven't changed the sensibility of your films. You haven't tried to, like, I don't mean this as in probably the wrong way, but the films haven't matured in a sense where,
because I haven't.
Good thing, in my opinion. I love that the contents of the film are still over the top and wacky, and the sense of humor is still there in it. I think if that were to fall off, it would show that you didn't have the love for it anymore, and it's very prevalent.
Right. Well, you create a brand, and Jon will attest to this. When you make a movie at our level and you're passionate about it, there's a part of you in that movie, whether you subconsciously or consciously do it. There's a part of your sensibilities, your spirit, your DNA, so to speak, in every film that you make. And I think maybe that's why people keep coming back to our films, is because they have this charm that you're not going to get, at the multiplex today.
Yeah. And something that I always say about the movies that we watch, like your guys' movies and, the other lower budget films, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, we understand what you're trying to say with the scene. It doesn't have to be a Martin Scorsese production or whatever. Like, we get it. It doesn't have to be perfect. We just like the story. We like the,
like the fucking gumption to go for it.
Yeah, like you don't always want a polished film. Yeah, man.
You came to the right place, man.
Yeah. Grizz, I think that's it for now. I think
I've had such a good time with you guys. I appreciate your time so much. This is
thank you.
It's so fun. So
yeah.
Well, we had a ball. It was great getting to meet you guys.
Yeah, seeing the email from Jon, I couldn't believe it. And then when he said, like, oh, maybe we could get Mark on too, we were like,
who's catfishing?
Yeah. It's like, this is the culmination for us of all these episodes.
5 years of hard work.
We're serious, man. If you ever need any extras, let us know. We're close enough. I think you're still in Pennsylvania, right? You're still in at least
right.
At least
and I've had
kind of
people
the area.
say that, and they probably regret it 3 movies later.
Yeah, well, we got to do at least one. We have to do at least one. And I also have to say, maybe Mark, Jon, and Leif Yonker could try to do something together. Come on.
Why hasn't Leaf made another movie?
And I would love to see him put something else out. I absolutely agree. But then it's like, the mystery of that is almost as good as him not
Yeah.
making. He made Darkness, and it is just absolutely fucking epic. And maybe that's all he needed to do. So
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
spoke
I
to
mean,
him.
Yeah, to each his own. Sure.
We spoke to him about like the Darkness 4K Blu-ray and all that stuff, and we were actually going to do something for it with him, and it just, for whatever reason, I think he had some like health issues or something like that, and then I guess something with like the budget or right of the remastering of it,
correction issues and stuff that they were having with the original masters, because they were in such rough condition. I think they just
Sure.
had time restoring a lot of that footage.
Mark, are you at liberty to tell them about the Feeders Blu-ray possibility coming up?
Well, I can't say much, but I can say it's happening for sure.
Amazing.
it's
And there's going to be stuff. There's going to be stuff on that no one's ever seen.
Oh,
before.
come on.
man.
Okay. That's good enough. That's good enough for me.
yeah, that's awesome.
Perfect ending to this interview.
Like
timetable.
some hilarious commentaries, a version,
Funniest
an
commentary
original
you will
version.
ever hear in your life.
Yeah.
Wow. What do you think? 2026?
Probably
We-
2027, maybe.
All right, we won't say a date. We'll
Something to look
we know
forward
how
to.
it is. Yeah. You
Yeah,
say one thing and then
yeah.
people start expecting it. So, no, that's
Yeah,
gonna
they
be
think
sick.
it's out tomorrow. Yeah,
Yeah,
But
it's
no,
not that easy.
it'll be a treat. We did a ton of stuff that fans will really dig.
I am excited for that.
Yeah,
Amazing.
that's sick.
Thanks for
that's
pulling that
awesome.
out of
And if you guys ever come down here, we'll take you on a personal location tour.
I would love it. I
Oh
would absolutely
yeah.
love it.
We'll hold you to that, man. We're just weird, and well, we're not that weird. We're not
Free
weirdos,
of
but you could vet us. You could see that we're not that crazy. But
No, you guys are.
But thanks again, guys. This has been insanely awesome for us. Maybe one day we can have you back for a specific movie. Talk about one
I'd
of
love
them.
to.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Definitely.
That would be awesome for us. Our fans would love it. And yeah, that's
You're the
thanks
fan
again.
I would love it personally. So that's
Yeah.
We're glad people, are still into what we did. Making movies with Jon was probably the best time we've ever had making films, and he's like a brother, not a friend. So
Yeah,
it's all good.
awesome. So we'll definitely keep in touch with you guys. All right.
All right,
Please.
take care.
All right.
And
thank you very
congratulations on your 5 years.
Thank
much.
you.
Oh,
man.
thank you. Yeah, it's been a ride.
400
Multiple,
episodes.
multiple houses, multiple apartments, but we're still here. All right. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you next time.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
And look at that transition back to reality. Yeah, man, that was awesome. What a conversation.
Yeah.
What a bunch of guys that said they'll come back. We'll do a specific episode. We'll choose one that we want to, do you want to do
what to-
Feeders? Do you want to do
what to
fucking
choose, man.
Blood Red Planet? Who the hell knows? But man, they were awesome, as you could see. Just as cool as you imagined, right, Chris?
100%. Yeah, it was such a good time talking with them. Even just watching it back now, it was a really good time. So I hope everybody else enjoyed it as much as we did, because it was fucking great.
Yeah, I'm still pumped from it. I can't wait to have them on again. That's going to be fucking great. But yeah, thank you, Mark. Thank you, Jon. That was
Absolutely.
awesome. We were honored to have you on the show. True bad taste. See, like if we had like a Hall of Fame for people, we would hand them like the trophy.
A
Like-
plaque or something.
Yeah. They have
A
multiple
little
bad
ribbon.
taste Hall of Fame movies. Just all around great guys. And I can't wait for that Feeders Blu-ray. That's going to be fucking sick also, right?
Dude, yeah, to get that information at the end was pretty fucking exciting, man. And from what they say, it's going to be jam-packed. So I'm fucking stoked with that.
But Grizz, that just about wraps it up for this week. But before we leave, next Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel, we will be going back to the shot on video well with 3 Evil Tales from 1999, a first-time watch for both of us. We have no idea what the fuck is going to be.
I don't know.
We're going to cover it anyway. Who cares?
Anthology, baby. I'm in.
So let's check it out. We're all about that life. But Grizz, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on Instagram at Kane_enabler.
And you can find everything we do at, you can find me at Bad Taste Video, and you can find everything we do at www.badtastevideo.com. But we stream live every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@badtastevideopodcast. We release this every Thursday as a podcast, wherever they are found. And we prefer you, though, to come to the YouTube channel. You could see the clips. You could see all sorts of stuff that we're talking about. It gives you that extra, like that immersion of the show, right?
You're in the show.
But before we leave, I just want to say thank you to Jon McBride and Mark Polonia again for coming on. You guys are freaking great. We never would have expected you to give us that experience or that time. You know, we really appreciate it. And we hope all you enjoyed watching it. We will do some more with some more of your favorite creators and directors and writers and actors. Maybe we could figure out how to get fucking Matthew Jason Walsh on here. That'd be crazy. Maybe they know him. Maybe we could get a contact. That'd be sick.
That's it. Don't give me goals. I'll fucking figure it out.
We'll figure that one out. But Grizz, is there anything else, man?
I hope everybody had a great time tonight. I really enjoyed it too. So I'll see you guys next week with that weird anthology that we're going to get into. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you next week with 3 Evil Tales.